everybody, it's Elisa here. So back to the series about brain rewiring, and today I'm gonna give you another helpful tool. So last time we talked about how your physical actions and habits and behaviors are part of your brain rewiring, but today I'm going to talk about how your emotional reactions are also wiring your brain. So let's say you have an eating disorder thought that says that, oh, I should skip dinner because I ate too much at lunch or something. And instead of thinking like, oh, like that's a thought, it's just a thought, it doesn't mean I have to do it, it doesn't mean I have to take it seriously, it doesn't mean I have to engage in it, it doesn't mean I have to take any action, it's just a thought. But you take it seriously, you start to have all the feelings of panic and anxiety and guilt and everything, you start to emotionally engage with the thought. And then when you're like emotionally engaging and knowing that emotions are like the humans, like the biggest driving forces behind our behavior, then you're gonna likely do the habit because you're emotionally so engaged with whatever the eating disorder is like feeding you. And also not reacting emotionally means that you are telling your brain that this thought is not remotely interesting to us. This thought is not interesting to us. This thought is not important to us. You can teach your brain if something is important by your emotional reaction to it. So how you can start applying it into your life, emotionally not reacting anymore to your eating disorder thoughts, let's say. So the first thing would be to start to mentally separate yourself from the eating disorder and almost see it like from the outside perspective. Like an outside observer, almost like it's there, it's not part of you, it's there. For example, what I did was that, oh, it's just like a cloud shifting over there, it's somewhere, you know, like separate from me, it might be there, but it's not hurting me, it's not personal to me, and it's just there. Like it can be what it is. I don't need to emotionally react to it because it's there, and almost like it's neutral. And I don't try to make it go away. It's neutral, it is what it is, but I'm here, I'm just doing my own thing. And or you can also see it as a wave. You know, you are safely on the shore, but the wave is coming and going, and you are just observing the wave. You know, the wave is coming and it's peaking, and then it's slowly going and passing away. And again, there's nothing you need to do. It can be there, it's neutral, it's not affecting you, nothing is wrong. You are seeing from the outside perspective, the wave is coming and going and slowly passing away. Or another way you can see it is like, it's just a program. This is not me. It's just a program I have learned by repetition over the years. For example, as a baby, you did not born with this. You didn't have an eating disorder when you were born. As a baby, you were already perfect just as you were. But the eating disorder is just a program you have installed from somewhere. And when you can install a program into your brain, you can also deinstall it, and you can get rid of it. So start to see all the eating disorder thoughts as just a program, or even say like, oh, this is the eating disorder thoughts. It's not like my thoughts. Like start to mentally separate from it, or see it more like an outside observer perspective. And seeing your eating disorder thoughts from an outside perspective helps to automatically kind of like turn down the volume of the emotional meaning and your emotional reaction as well, because you see it from another point of view as not part of you, but it's just there and it can be neutral. And the second step would be to not take it personally or seriously. And when we have those eating disorder thoughts, like as I said before, we take it seriously, we start to emotionally engage in it, we believe it. Just because we have a thought doesn't make it true, but this is how we think. Like just because I have something in my mind, like I feel something, I think something, therefore it must be true, but it's not true. And also it doesn't mean like something I have to now do just because my thought tells me I need to do this thing. And what can help you is almost like see it as a child having its tantrum. You know, the child is having its tantrum. Yes, it can be annoying. You are wondering like, oh, like how long does it take? Like I want this to stop, but it cannot hurt you. It's there, it's just having its tantrum, and maybe for a while. and you're just sitting there as an observer, it doesn't affect you. It's not about you. And also over time, you know, that child having its tantrum, it's gonna stop. It's gonna eventually tire. And there's nothing you need to do but just observe, let it be, and yeah, and eventually it's gonna stop. And also the eating disorder thoughts, they're gonna eventually tire, they're gonna stop. But you don't engage emotionally. Don't get emotional, don't take it personally, don't take it seriously. And you can even mentally tell yourself like, oh, this is the eating disorder having its tantrum today, and I'm wondering what ridiculous thing it wants me to do now. And of course I'm not gonna do it, because it's not important. It's not even remotely interesting to what I want to create in my life. So yeah, you stop taking it personally. You put it like from outside of yourself. You see it like it's just a program, it's just the eating disorder, it's just a child having its tantrum. It's not emotionally important to you to engage in. You don't take it seriously, you don't take it personally, and instead you focus on your recovery and what you have to do. And you can let the eating disorder be having its tantrum on the background. It's neutral, it cannot hurt you, it cannot make you do anything. You have a choice in what you're gonna do. So yeah, please remember that every emotional reaction you engage in is teaching your brain if something is important to you and valuable to you or not. So it's very important part of the brain rewiring, because if you, like, by your emotional reaction, tell your brain that nope, this thought is not interesting at all, I don't care about this thought, like this thought is not valuable to us in any way, then your brain will stop linking it together because you're not using it anymore. Your brain, you know, sees something as important by, yes, like your physical actions, but also your emotional reactions. And whenever you notice a thought, almost like, oh, you should restrict, or you should do this or that, you can start to tell yourself like, yeah, I have an option. Like, I have an option what I do or what I don't do. Because again, like, people, you know, have this thought and I take it seriously, and they start to like feed it by like taking it actions, emotionally engaging in, like feeling all the like, yeah, like taking it personally and everything. But you can tell your brain like, yeah, it's an option, like I could do it, but I choose to not do it. And this way you take control of your brain. You are teaching your brain what you want more in your life, and what you don't want, you stop acting on it physically, and also emotionally you stop reacting on it. So this is the video today. I really hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think. And also, if you enjoy this content, then I invite you to join my eating disorder recovery support group, where we have daily discussions from various subjects about eating disorder recovery. We also talk about brain rewiring, and I am in the group daily answering your questions, and I will leave the link down below. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.